Society is a group of people involved with each other through persistent relations, while culture provides guidelines to people on how to live. Different societies have different cultures, and here on Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique, we take those guidelines that we all live by and use them to get to the core of human truths and cultural tensions that we see among us every day. We analyze those guidelines and connect them with purpose in a way that's culturally relevant to all cultures. We're passionate about culture here on this podcast and give you a ton of ways to help you effectively live within a society that has several different cultures within it. So go grab your pen and paper, because Mzeunique is here to give you some culture and society insights, and today she's got a very detailed show. Let's hear what she has to say.
Good morning, listeners. Happy Monday and welcome to Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. I'm your host, Mzeunique, and today we're diving into a compelling topic. Why do we allow the things that we allow? As we move through the year, it's important to reflect on how we adapt to the challenges life throws at us, whether it's societal expectations, personal boundaries, or the habits we formed over time. There are many reasons why we tolerate the things that may not be in our best interests. Before we get into today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of time and change in our lives. As the days grow longer and the world around us blossoms with new life, let's seize this opportunity to reassess our priorities and embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. And here are 5 tips to do just that. Tip number 1, embrace the change. Just like the changing clock signaled the transition into a new season, embrace change as an opportunity to adapt, evolve, and thrive. Tip number 2, set intentions. Take a moment to reflect on your goals for the week. What do you hope to accomplish? Setting clear intentions can help you stay focused and motivated as you navigate the week ahead. Tip number 3, practice gratitude. Start your day by expressing gratitude for the blessings in your life. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude can help shift your perspective and enhance your overall sense of well-being. Stay positive and remember that positivity is a powerful force. Approach each challenge with a positive mindset and don't let setbacks derail your progress. Keep your thoughts positive and your actions aligned with your goals. Tip number 5, take action. Finally, remember that action breeds results. Don't just think about what you want to achieve. Take proactive steps towards making it happen. Break down your goals into manageable tasks and take consistent action towards achieving them. Now that we've set the stage for a productive and positive week ahead, let's dive into our main topic. Why do we allow the things that we allow? In this episode, we have a question that serves as a guiding question, prompting us to explore the underlying reasons behind the choices and behaviors that we tolerate in our lives. We'll delve into the psychology of decision-making, societal influences, personal boundaries, and the impact of habits and conditioning. Through introspection and analysis, we aim to uncover insights that shed light on our motivations and empower us to make conscious and more informed choices that align with our values and aspirations. So join me as we explore this intriguing question and uncover insights that may just challenge the way you think. Stay tuned. Hey there, society and culture aficionados. Are you craving more thought-provoking content and exclusive extras? Well, you're in luck. Join us on our brand new YouTube channel for Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. Dive deeper into our discussions, groove to curated music playlists, and unwind with soothing self-care meditations. Don't miss out on the fun. Hit that subscribe button now by clicking on the link in the description and take your society and culture experience to the next level. See you there. Welcome back. And before the break, we were discussing today's podcast title, Why Do We Allow the Things That We Allow? Now let's delve into the aspects of our lives where we allow things that may not be in our best interests. I'm not referring to simply allowing events to unfold, Rather, I'm interested in exploring why we permit certain behaviors or situations to persist. For example, why do we allow others to burden us with their problems? Or why do we get into romantic relationships and find ourselves trapped in abuse? You know you ain't got no extra money, but yet you keep robbing Peter to give to Paul, and all for the sake of others. You know some of the things that we all deal with daily. You know that person that calls you, you're the only go-to person. And don't let me get into what goes on the job that we deal with. But anyway, let's talk about it because we've all been there. Whether it's letting someone unload their problems on us when we're barely holding it together ourselves, or staying in a relationship that drains us emotionally, and even making financial sacrifices for others when we can hardly make ends meet for ourselves. These situations are all too common, yet we often tolerate them without question. But why? What makes us so willing to allow these things into our lives? That's the question today, and it's probably a question that we'll never get an answer to. But after this next break, we're going to start breaking this down. Hey there, society and culture aficionados. Are you craving more thought provoking content and exclusive extras? Well, you're in luck. Join us on our brand new YouTube channel for Society and Culture Insights with Ms. Unique. Dive deeper into our discussions, groove to curated music playlists, and unwind with soothing self care meditations. Don't miss out on the fun. Hit that subscribe button now by clicking on the link in the description and take your society and culture experience to the next level. See you there. Okay, so before the break, we touched on some of the things we allow in our lives and asked the question why. Why are we so willing to let these things persist? The question of why we allow the things that we allow is a complex and multifaceted one, rooted in various psychological, societal, and cultural factors. At the core, it often comes down to a mix of fear, habit, and a lack of self-awareness. You can have fear of confrontation, fear of being alone, fear of failure, or fear of the unknown. These can all keep us stuck in situations that aren't serving us. And then there's habit. Habits formed over years, like people pleasing or avoiding conflict. Well, these habits can be incredibly hard to break, and sometimes we're simply not aware of how detrimental these situations are to our well-being because we become so accustomed to them. But let's dive a little bit deeper because there's also confrontation. Many of us shy away from confrontation because we fear the potential fallout. It feels easier to stay quiet, to endure the discomfort, rather than risk a conflict that might make things worse. Or at least that's what we seem to tell ourselves. But this kind of avoidance can lead us to tolerate situations that drain us emotionally or even cause us harm. Then there's the issue of low self-esteem. Sometimes deep down, we don't believe that we deserve better. When our self-esteem is low, we might settle for less. Whether it's in relationships, at work, or in the way that we allow others to treat us. It's as if we convince ourselves that this is as good as it gets. So we accept it even when it's far from what we truly want or need. Let's talk about the pursuit of external validation. This is where you're seeking approval from others that can lead you to prioritize their needs over your own needs. We might stay in situations that aren't good for us due to us just to keep others happy, hoping for their validation in return. But in doing so, we can lose sight of what we truly need. Then you have your comfort zone. Change can be intimidating, so we often cling to what's familiar, even when it's not healthy. Our comfort zone can become a trap, keeping us in a cycle of tolerating things that don't serve us, simply because it feels safer than stepping into the unknown. Cultural and societal norms also play a significant role into why we allow the things that we allow. Society often dictates how we should behave, what we should accept, and what we should tolerate. These norms can pressure us into staying in situations that don't align with our personal values, but we go along with them anyway to avoid standing out, causing a stir. Dependency is another factor. Whether it's emotional, financial, or practical, relying on others can make it hard to assert ourselves. We might allow others to slide because we fear losing the support that we rely on, even if that support comes with strings attached. Then you might just be hoping for change. Sometimes we hold on to that belief that things will get better if we just wait a little bit longer. But that hope can just keep us stuck in unhealthy situations, blinding us to the reality that we might need to take action ourselves to make things better. A lack of awareness can also play a part. Sometimes we don't fully recognize how much a situation is affecting us. We would downplay or rationalize our experiences, telling ourselves that it's not that bad or that it's normal, when in reality, it's something we shouldn't have to tolerate at all. Guilt or a sense of obligation can also lead us to tolerate things and deal with things that we shouldn't be dealing with. Whether it's out of a sense of duty or the fear of letting someone down, we end up sacrificing our own well-being to fulfill these perceived obligations. And lastly, there are times when we feel like we have limited options. That could be due to financial constraints, a lack of support, or other barriers that can make it seem impossible to change our situation. So due to that, we stay where we are, tolerating the intolerable because we feel trapped. Recognizing these factors is the first step towards breaking free from them. It's also the first step from being walked over or allowing people to treat you any kind of way. It's about reclaiming our power, setting boundaries, and deciding that we deserve better. But of course, change isn't easy. Nobody ever got it right on the first time. And it requires courage, self-awareness, and determination. So as we continue this conversation, think about your own life. Are there areas where you're allowing things that don't align with who you truly are or what you really want? After this next word from one of our sponsors, we will be discussing practical steps that you can take to start reclaiming your power and making choices that serve your well-being. Attention all travelers in the US and Canada. Are you ready to take flight to your dream destination? Well, look no further. Whether it's a tropical getaway, a European adventure, or a weekend escape, we've got you covered. Call 866-329-2106 now to speak with our friendly travel experts and book your next flight hassle-free. From flexible booking options to unbeatable deals, your dream vacation awaits. Don't delay. Call now and let the journey begin. Bon voyage. Call 866-329-2106 now. Welcome back, everyone. Now, before the break, we dove into some of the reasons why we allow certain situations and behaviors to persist in our lives, things that might not be in our best interest. Now, let's shift gears and talk about what we can do to start making positive changes. It's one thing to recognize that we're tolerating something that doesn't serve us, but it's another to take those steps to change it. The journey from awareness to action is a powerful one, and it begins with small, intentional steps. So, how do we start reclaiming our power and creating a life that aligns with our true values and desires? Well, the first step is to set clear boundaries. Boundaries are about protecting your energy and well-being. They're not about shutting people out, but about ensuring that your needs are respected. Start by identifying what behaviors or situations you can no longer tolerate, and then communicate those boundaries firmly and respectfully. Next, you can cultivate and build self-esteem. Cultivating a strong sense of self-worth is essential. When you believe you deserve better, you're less likely to settle for less. Practice self-compassion and surround yourself with supportive people. and engage in activities that reinforce your sense of value and purpose. Learning to say no is crucial. It's okay to prioritize your needs and not take on more than you can handle. Assertiveness doesn't mean being aggressive. It means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and more respectfully. You can start by challenging cultural norms. Sometimes we need to question the societal or cultural expectations that dictate our behavior. Ask yourself if these norms are truly aligned with your values or if they're holding you back. It's okay to step outside of what's normal if it means living a more authentic and fulfilling life. Don't be afraid to reach out for help, whether it's talking to a trusted friend, seeking therapy, or joining a support group. Having a network of people who understand and support your journey can make all the difference. Take incremental steps along the way. Change doesn't have to happen overnight. Start small by making one positive change at a time. Maybe it's setting a boundary with one person, saying no to one extra task at work, or taking time each day to practice self-care. Each small step builds momentum. Remember, stepping out of your comfort zone is where growth happens. It's natural to feel uneasy when making changes, but that discomfort is often a sign that you're on the right path. Embrace it and just keep moving forward. Always learn to let go of guilt. Understand that prioritizing your well-being, it's not a selfish thing. It's necessary. It's necessary to prioritize your well-being. Let go of the guilt that might come with putting yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is essential for being able to care for others. And there will always be things outside of your control, but focus on what you can change. Your attitude, your responses, your decisions, well, these are all within your power. And by focusing on what you can control, you can start to reshape your environment in a way that better serves you. And these are all steps that you can take to stop letting people get over on you or to stop allowing the things that you allow. Let's take a quick break. Is your home truly secure? Don't leave it to chance. Protect what matters most with our comprehensive home security solutions. From state-of-the-art alarm systems to 24/7 monitoring, we've got you covered. Peace of mind is just a phone call away. Call 888-387-4453 now for a free quote and take the first step towards a safer home today. Don't wait until it's too late. Your safety is our priority. Call 888-387-4453 now. Welcome back, everyone. And before the break, we delved into the reasons why we allow certain situations and behaviors to persist in our lives. Factors like fear, habit, low self-esteem, and societal pressures. These patterns can keep us stuck, but the good news is we don't have to stay there. To summarize, we tolerate things that drain us emotionally, financially, or physically, often because we fear confrontation, change, or loss. We might seek validation from others, cling to comfort zones, or feel bound by cultural norms and expectations. But recognizing these reasons is the first step toward breaking free. So where do we go from here? Well, it's time to take back our power and make choices that align with our true values and desires. Start by setting clear boundaries and communicating them. Build your self-esteem so you're less likely to settle for less. Practice saying no when you need to. And don't be afraid to challenge the norms that don't serve you. Remember, change doesn't have to happen all at once. Small, consistent steps can lead to big transformations. Most importantly, don't be afraid to reach out for support, whether it's from friends, family, or professionals. Having a strong support system can make all the difference. As we close out today's episode, I encourage you to reflect on the areas of your life where you might be allowing things that no longer serve you. What small step can you take today to start changing that? Remember, the power to create the life you want is in your hands. Thank you for joining me today on Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. I hope you found our discussion enlightening and empowering. Until next time, keep striving for the life that you deserve. and have a wonderful Monday and a fantastic week ahead.